Here I am unboxing my first Dollfie Dream doll. Yummy knife noises. Anyways, so this is my first Dollfie Dream doll. I ordered a Dollfie Dream Dynamite body, because boobs, in flesh. I got a DDH06 head and 2 pairs of hands. You can see the head and hands there in the body. Oh. This is the second ball jointed style doll that I own. The first is a smart doll. There she is. Look at her. Oh my god. Also, I forgot that I ordered a pair of eyes. I can't remember what they're called, but on the website they look a little bit more blue, kind of turquoisey, but I don't know, I kind of like the green. And there's the head I got with the makeup sheet. I was far too excited before she even got here to wait for the makeup sheet, so I have a speed paint of some makeup tests that I ended up doing and what I ended up going with, and I do have her face up later on in the video to look forward to. So I picked the large version of the hands. I got the peace sign and then the hands that are kind of stretched out. You'll see them now. I'm opening them now. But I got the large version. I don't know if there's a huge difference between the large version and the normal or the small or whatever, for Dollfie Dreams anyways, because this is my first Dollfie Dream. But I wanted to go for the large version because I kind of want to make her some nails or do her nails, and I figured there would be a bigger area for me to be able to paint or do whatever on. But here's the eyes. They are so beautiful in person. They're shimmery. I think I try and catch here some of the like shimmer, the color change. They're beautiful. I don't mind that they're more green in person. So yeah, those are the eyes. The head. So like I said, I got a DDH06 head in flesh, and it was between that and I think it's a DDH04. I'll put a picture on screen now to kind of show you what that looks like compared to this one. But the first smart doll, or the only smart doll I have, is Resilient, and she has kind of a happier expression, and I didn't know if I wanted to keep having dolls with such an excited expression kind of over a like more brooding look, but in the end, once you see the face up, I kind of went with happier expression, but I think it looks cute. When I tell you this bitch was so hard to get out of this box with the camera where I had it, she is huge. The body is huge, even without the head. This is the best shot I could get. Please don't be mad. Her joints do feel slightly looser, I suppose, than Smart Doll. Smart Doll joints are very rigid. They kind of creak a little bit. At least in my case, they hold a pose very well. This doll here does hold a pose very well also, but the joints feel a little bit more smooth and fluid, I suppose, a little easier to pose, and I'm sure, like, bumping her around can ruin the pose a little bit, but why would you be bumping her around, you know? So I tried to get the best shot that I could of getting her head on. I was a little nervous about that, but there she is waving at the camera, slay. Yeah. And here she is all put together, head on body. So I wanted to film some kind of comparisons between my Dollfie and Smart Doll. The Smart Doll is Resilient in Cinnamon, and the Dollfie is, like I said, the Dollfie Dynamite in Flesh, I believe. So the Dynamite is definitely a lot thicker, a lot chubbier. Here's the kind of how easy it is to move around the hands. I tried to get them in the same pose. The Smart Doll bust part poses, there's a lot more posability to it. I don't know if I figured it out yet with the Dollfie, but the Dollfie's head has a lot more fluidity in terms of posing. So here is the previously mentioned face-up practice that I did. I looked up a ton of images on Pinterest, I went on Facebook, and I looked at some other face-ups for anime style heads and kind of what I wanted to go for. And in the beginning, because I have Resilient and she's got such a sweet, kind of expression, I wanted a doll that was a little bit more like brooding, like I said earlier, kind of more dramatic. But inevitably I ended up going with a cutesy look, and she's got a cute little beauty mark there, kind of some blushing, and I love the eyelashes. I was really nervous I wouldn't be able to translate this into the actual doll, but I think I did a pretty good job, so let's get into that. So I'm just going in here with a rough sketch in this light brown pencil crayon I have. I just got it from the dollar store. I don't have the greatest quality supplies, but so I'm going in with a rough sketch of the design that I did, which I have up in front of me. A lot of my supplies are kind of on the cheaper end. The doll was quite expensive, so I was doing the face up on a bit of a budget. I ended up I have the Krylon matte setting spray, or a sealing spray, and I know a lot of face-up artists and doll artists, customizers, don't really like that brand as far as I've researched, and it's definitely not the best. I don't love it, but for the amount that you have, I think it's about 25-30 Canadian dollars, and it's a big can, so it lasts quite a long time, and it doesn't leave a horrible finish. All of my face-ups that I've done in the past are holding up just fine. They haven't yellowed or anything. I just have them kind of sitting around in my workspace in my bedroom and stuff, and it's working out pretty good. So here you can see I've got kind of the rough eyebrow shape penciled in there. I only did one or two coats of the sealant spray before I started going in with the pencil crayon, and they're not watercolor pencil crayons, they're just dollar store pencil crayons. So it wasn't the greatest, but I'm starting to build up some of the color you can see there, and you can kind of start seeing the face up that I imagined in my head coming to life. I do consider myself more on the amateur side of face-ups. I have been collecting dolls for a couple of years now, but I've only done maybe 4 or 5 face-ups in total, so I'm not very used to it or comfortable with it, but I figured I wanted to give it a try and maybe get a little better at it and start selling some of my face-ups and heads that I do, so that I can customize and kind of have my own dolls. I'm still trying to come up with a name for her. My Resilient Smart Doll is named Buttercup, after Buttercup from The Princess Bride, because I fucking love that movie. And originally I was thinking Nadja. I would name my next doll Nadja from What We Do in the Shadows TV show. But I feel like the face-up that I ended up doing is a little too, like, cutesy. So I'm still trying to come up with a name. I think once I get the eyes in, once I make her some clothes and I get a wig, maybe I'll start to feel something out, but maybe by the end of this video I'll have a name. I ended up having to give her some little freckles just because the second spray that I did, some second spray of the sealant, some little specks of dust ended up getting caught in it. So slay work. I covered those up with freckles, and I think it honestly looks kind of cute. I think it kind of goes with the little blushy, cutesy vibe. You'll see throughout this portion of the face up that I inch a little bit closer to the edge of the camera, and eventually I'm pretty sure I get completely out of frame. So I did my best. I'll put what I can in here and show you the final version at the end, but I tend to hunch over and kind of death clutch whatever I'm working on when I'm painting or drawing or anything real close to my face. So if the face up gets cut off, I will show you the final result, and hopefully that will be enough for you. Here I'm just building up some of the blushing that I did. I did some around the lips, at the edge of the eyes, kind of on the cheeks and over the nose a little bit, and then in the eye crease just a little bit to give it some dimension. And as I said before, I am on a budget for this, so I just used some of my old makeup. It works fine for me. It's probably not the highest quality, as good as like chalk pastels and stuff like that, but I like working with it, honestly. It gives a nice little shimmer when I use some shimmery shadows, and I think it turned out pretty good. There, speaking of the devil, you can see my palette kind of pop into frame a little bit. So here is where I get a little too comfortable with inching out of the frame, because I have begun with paint, and I was incredibly nervous to mess this up because the head was a little bit expensive, and I am known to rush things. So I took my time, I used the tiniest brush I possibly could, and I think it turned out good. Hopefully most of it remains in frame. here is the final result. I added some little white highlights on the lips and the cheeks, and here it is compared to my sketch. And here she is, complete. I put in her eyes, and I put on a temporary wig. Not sure if I like it or not. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.
Aww.